Hello everyone. I don't usually do thrifting hauls on YouTube, mainly because I don't go out and mooch around the shops like I used to. But this last week or so I've found a few things that have interested me. And the first one is this little doll, and she was sitting by herself on a shelf in a shop looking pretty forlorn. She does need restringing, and they're quite loose, the arms and legs. She did have eyes, and I just touched them and they disappeared inside. So I'm trying to get a quote for restringing and possibly putting the eyes back, but I should imagine that it's going to be really expensive and probably not worth doing, because she'll never be worth any money. These pot dolls, composite dolls, never realise much money. But I do have a doll and teddy bear collection, and I just thought she would fit in. Whatever I do with her, I shall probably just put a little pretty dress on her, crochet one, and tidy her hair up if I can't get the restringing done, and take it from there. So that's a little pot doll. I'm going to move her, I think. Now for some reason the camera is going light and dark, so I hope it doesn't hope it doesn't go off altogether. The next item I bought was a dress form, and it's about 18 inches tall. And why I bought this, I like to drape things on dress forms, but my husband does wood turning, so I'm going to get him to do a few turn pieces, and then I can make the centre part in paper mache or something. Just a thought. So that was the other item. Then I found I've got 5 yards of hand crochet lace here. Now I could do this, but it would take forever. Not to mention the cost of the cotton. So it wasn't cheap by any means, but it still wouldn't have covered the cost of the materials. And I've got about, as I say, 5 yards here, and it needs a good wash. But the pattern's sweet. I'm really pleased with that. So I've got that, 5 yards of lace. I do like stationery. So when I spotted this box of Waverley notepaper, Waverley are a Scottish firm, and why I particularly like this, even though I don't write too many letters these days, they're just lovely little envelopes. And these, which you don't see anymore, lined. These envelopes are lined. Very posh. And there's the writing paper to go with them. So cream and off-white. And it's never been used. I just like the box as well. So I was pleased with that purchase. And again, on the stationery theme, I found this book. Well, it's a small suitcase, worse for wear. It may clean up. I didn't know whether to embellish it, completely change it. The strap is missing, but I was pleasantly surprised because it's a writing case, and the interior of this writing case is in perfect condition. Doesn't look to me as though it's ever been used. And the blotter in the bottom comes away. There's a key in that envelope in the bottom. So there's a little booklet, and that hasn't been used. Places for envelopes and stationery, place to put a pen. So it was sweet. I thought that was a nice little buy. Spend a bit of time tidying that up. Right, the other things that I've got, I'm into books again at the minute. I have a run on books and reading, and then nothing. The first one, I'm ashamed to say, I've not read any of Maya Angelou. I know it's famous, I know why the cage bird sings, keep meaning to read it. I know she's done a lot of autobiographies, but there are a few. I was just glad I spotted that, because I shall enjoy reading more about her life. I know of her quotes and stuff like that, and how extremely well known she is. But she's done 6 volumes apparently of her autobiography, so I shall look forward to that first one. The next book is Charles Dickens' Christmas books in one edition, one volume. And why I particularly like this, I like Dickens, I've got a full set of Dickens. But this one is a special edition, and it's gold blocked MTC at the front. So this was made for someone special and given as a gift. And when I opened it up, it says, "To Michael, Merry Christmas with all my love from Tracy Ann." And I think this would be around about 1987. And so what, we're talking 40 years. So she had that specially made for Michael. And you know when you know a book's never been opened and read? Well, this one's not been opened and read. You just know it hasn't. It's in pristine condition. I just think it's a little bit sad in a way to think that this lady, had this specially gold blocked, as I say, special edition made for him, and he never even read it. But perhaps I'm being a little bit detrimental. He may well have just put it on his shelf and treasured it, who's to say. But I like that. I like that. So that'll go in my collection. This one I picked up because I got a copy of this for a friend of mine. It's called The Doyle Diary. And it's about Charles Doyle. Charles Altamont Doyle, and he was the father of Arthur Conan Doyle, the famous author of Our Friend in Baker Street. And why I picked this up? Charles Doyle, it's called A Strange and Curious Case of Charles Altamont Doyle. He actually suffered with manic depression when he got older, and he was committed to an asylum. And this book shows illustrations, gives you an introduction on his life and why he finished up there. But this book contains a lot of his drawing, painting, whilst in the asylum. and it's extraordinary work. Quite quirky. You're going back to about 1889 for this. I think he was happy enough in this asylum, as long as he'd got his drawing tools and painting outfit. But I found this by chance. I mean, whether or not Arthur Conan Doyle kept it pretty quiet, I don't know, but I don't think it's a well-known fact that he was committed. But lots of illustrations, so I was just really pleased with that. Some weird drawings, but even if you're mentally ill, you can still produce some wonderful work. I just found it fascinating. Lots to look at. So that's the father of Arthur Conan Doyle, who did the Sherlock Holmes books, of course. So I won't go any more with that. And that's just that small haul that I managed to get. And that's about it for now, ladies, and thanks for looking in. Bye for now. Bye.